Hello, this is a quick review of a small under $30 handheld gaming device that's currently on Amazon. Usually it sells for $29.99, but recently it's been reduced to $27.99. And so the purpose of this video is just to kind of let people know what more or less what they could expect to receive. And so here it is. It's got a cool 6 button layout, which you would think would be good for the old school fighting games, but the D-pad is so stiff, like doing your regular Ken or Ryu Hadoukens are nearly impossible. You can use this, but when looking at it online, you might think, oh, it might be kind of like the Neo Geo Pocket Color analog stick, but unfortunately, it's nothing like that. But that's kind of starting off negative. It'd be nice to initially focus on the positives. The cool thing is that here you're getting a 4 GB SD card, which is leaves you about a little over half a gig free. So there's lots of games on it. I think the on Amazon it says that it has like over 1,500 games, and that could very well be true. There's some games that don't really make sense, but you have MAME, you have Neo Geo, you have CPS2, CPS1, Sega Genesis, aka Mega Drive, and then you have Super Famicom or SNES, Game Boy Color, um, uh, Game Boy Advance, regular Game Boy, and then the NES, aka Famicom. Um, as far as performance, a device like this, one thing that you would hope to do is, play original Game Boy games, because that's a pretty simple system. So here, and you guys have to excuse, this is a very simple review here. I'm just using a cell phone camera. So quality is not gonna be the best, but I'll try to get up close here to give an idea of how you maneuver uh, the menus and whatnot. Again, very stiff D-pad, so it's even navigating the menu, it makes it a little challenging. But see, like a lot of these games, this game here, I mean, maybe in another part of the world, that's a heavy hitter, but I've never heard of it. And so it could just be a bootleg game. You would think on the Game Boy, you would have. Um, it does have Tetris DX, and it has a Jalico version of Tetris that I guess was released only overseas. That's kind of cool. So here's Hamburg Time DX. I'm assuming that's Burger Time DX. I guess I haven't opened this one up yet, so um, yeah. So that's pretty much, I guess, you know, that's how they have to do it, I guess. I'm not really sure what the reasoning is behind that. Could have something to do with copyright or whatever. And then to get back to the menu, you can just press the home button here, and then you got return, save, load, or exit. So that's for your save states. If you look at the reviews that are on Amazon right now, for example, if you're playing like an old Final Fantasy game on the Game Boy, it's not going to save on its own. The only way to save is to use a save state, which is no problem. It's actually, you know, it's just not how it was originally, but, save states are pretty convenient. So, okay, we'll get out of here. Another thing, so I'll go back to the home. Um, the other thing is that, you have there's a volume rocker, which is pretty cool, and then when you're at the main menu, as you increase it and decrease it, you can see the increase and decrease is indicated there on the screen, which is pretty convenient. I've come across a couple of these inexpensive handhelds, like even the original BitBoy, where any change in the volume, the only way you can tell is by listening to it. So that's kind of nice to have, a visual cue on where you're at on the volume. Unfortunately, there's no screen brightness control. It's pretty bright, but let's say you're playing late at night, you might want to wear sunglasses. Um, Unless you like bright screens in your face. Um, and for charging, it's just a regular micro USB. There's a lot of light bleed, but again, this is under $30. It's got this kind of cool design on the back when you power it up. Um, I guess it's not really my style, but I mean, it's unique, I guess. It does come with AV out. It comes with the cords. I already This was gonna be a gift for somebody, so I've already discarded the box and stuff. I put it in the recycling because we had recycling pickup yesterday. But this is pretty much what you get. Battery life could definitely be better. This most recent session, I've probably played it a little over an hour, maybe 90 minutes, and the battery is under half. Um, and supposedly, you take out the 4 gig SD card, you can add more games. Although, with the really stiff D-pad, I don't know if it's maybe you can try to choose some games that would play better with a stiff D-pad. Um, and that brings me to the emulation. That's very important for a device like this. Um, so, again, this is under $30. But it struggles with even Game Boy. Not struggles, but it's just not. The Game Boy was a big part of my childhood as a little kid. That was my very first. Well, that and the NES were my first game systems. And so, you know, um, uh, it just seems like the emulation could be better. Um, I'm assuming this is uh, the sequel to the original Castlevania Adventure. I forget the name of it. Belmont's Revenge. Yeah, Belmont's Revenge. Um, and so it's gonna be kind of hard to when you play Game Boy. Um, well, this button on the far right is your start button. Initially, I thought it would be this middle S/P button, but that's not the case. And But as you can tell, the it's hard to tell off the intro screen, but it's just a little off. And the aspect ratio. Uh, aspect ratio, it's not quite accurate. But I mean, again, for under $30, you know, you can't expect perfection. But on the other hand, if even if you have a cheap, let's say you're still rocking like an iPhone 5, it's gonna handle Game Boy emulation quite a bit better than this. Um, and so, yeah. And there's no way to remap the buttons here. A and B are kind of reversed, but or B and A are kind of reversed. But again, that's just on the newer stuff. Like when you go to like arcade, like this, because of the stiff controls. Hey, at least you could play some beat 'em ups. So here's Knights of the Round. Well, I haven't even tried that game yet, so there's no point in getting into it now. But if I go to CPS1, and then Final Fight, it's the sound is off, which you can kind of tell that in the Game Boy also. And yeah, it's just, again, for the price, so select for a credit, just like, go with the guy. Yeah, the sound is way off. And a little bit of frame skipping. Not the best, but again, it it's very much playable. It's again, for under $30, you can't really expect the best. But I don't know. I was hoping, at least Game Boy, I would have hoped that it would have performed decently with the original Game Boy. But okay, I'll turn this off before I get jumped there by those Mad Gear guys. But yeah, so I mean that pretty much sums it up. Home to go back to the main menu. Yeah, so hopefully this might help people that are on the fence about this handheld device. I believe it's called. It's got a weird name on Amazon. I think it's ASTARRY or something. ASTARRY, something like that. I could be totally off. That's I purchased it. Like I said, it's gonna be a gift, and I for a nephew, and I purchased it a couple weeks ago. But not bad, but not great also. But if you have let's say you have a gift card or something, and it's just like burning a hole in your pocket, or for under $30 and you're really into beat 'em ups, other than sound issues with Final Fight, I think I played Punisher also. A little bit of sound issues, but maybe a tiny bit of frame skip, but for the most part, not too bad, but not the best either. All right, thank you. Hopefully, this helps some people.